Baji the handsome cat's mother, birth mother. I am at the Boston Common. I have snagged a tree. So in life, I realized what I really need is a tree. In fact, I might move to a better tree. In fact, let me do that right now. So some people just left from the tree in front of me. So I think I'm gonna actually move there. 1 second. There is some people behind me and I feel very much in need of a little bit more privacy, because even though I'm a public facing job person, okay, I got everything. Okay, this is better. I'm moving to a better tree. Even though I have a public facing job, one might say I'm actually kind of shy. Ooh, and the person near me has headphones on, so she can't hear me. So anyway, look at this, look at this. I am outdoors, I'm outside. It is a day with 70 degrees of temperature in Boston, so I couldn't just, waste it inside. And so I'm here in the Boston Common. But let me show you how many people there are. There is just a lot of people. There's that tall building. It is the only tall building sort of thing in Boston, because we actually don't allow people to build very tall buildings here in Boston, because it may just sink the city into the ocean. So unlike New York City, we don't build too many tall buildings here. We are afraid of sinking and whatnot. So there's the tall building right in front of me, and there's myself right in front of you. And there's some grass, and there's some grass, and there's the tree. Oh, let me show you the tree that I'm also next to. This tree will play, oh gosh, well, this tree does not have very many leaves now, does it? But indeed, these trees will start to have more and more leaves as we keep on going in the spring and summertime. And yeah, so here I am, and I hope that many of you will be joining, and I hope that I will get to say hi to many of you very soon here, and new people, new friends and old friends, and all of the people that may or may not be joining. And today's live is a special live where I'm at the Boston Common. So indeed, that's what's going on here, and we will still talk about physics, and we will still chit chat and hang out and say hi to everybody. Nice lipstick. Well, I don't really have lipstick on, but I do have some with me actually. I'm thinking about it. Hello Akshay, hello Jose, how are you doing? So let me put you guys down for 1 second actually, and fix my hair. So here I am, and here's my book. Here I am, and here's the book, Stephen Hawking, Brief History of Time. I am ready to do another physics live, but I am currently outside. But here I am. Hello everybody, please do say hi in the chat, and I will read your comments in just a second, and also give any shout outs that people want. So, just to kind of change it up, and also feel the nice air outside, and experience the sunshine. Here I am doing an outdoor live. And here I am at the Boston Common, which is named appropriately because every commoner is here at the moment, and there is a lot of people, indeed, a lot of people around me, even though it's just a random Wednesday. But I've still managed to snag a tree, which gives some privacy, because I think there is an understanding here that if you get a tree, then that tree is yours and nobody will come towards that tree. And so I have a little bit of a circumference around me, giving me some breathing room here. Akshay, hello. Jose, hello. Franco, hello. Arsema, hello. Franco, hello. Again, I don't know why, but I think whatever it is that you're saying, I can't really read it because it says message held for review. Okay, well, hello Double J Duo. Hello Pollo. Pollo is back. Franco says something, hopefully good things, Franco. I'm not going to bother reading that right now because it was message held for review, but hopefully you're saying all good things, and welcome to the live. And you so much for being here. So once again, everybody, thank you so much. Jose, Franco, Arsema, Poyo. So Poyo, how are you doing today? And do you not have school? How are you doing? Como la esperarias. I don't know what that means, but thank you so much. So, I'm still kind of, Bryce making fun of me again. Who, me? Did I make fun of you? I thought you'd be in school right now, but you have spring break. Okay, got it. So we actually are at Boston Common, and we might be going towards Boston Public Garden really soon here. But I want to do a little bit of a reading from the book before I head on over to the Public Garden and show you more sights, okay? So hopefully you're enjoying. Here's Boston Common, here's the grass, here's the outdoors, there's the sky, there's a tree with not too many leaves on it, but it is trying, okay? It is trying. It's spring break, I don't have school. Thank you, Poyo, thank you, Jay. Hello, Franco, hello, Poyo, hello, Jay. And hello to me as well. Let's see what's on this side. Ooh, there's more trees and there's more people. So anyways, let's do a little bit of reading from A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. We talked about, I keep hearing, or I keep holding this phone close to me as if I have to whisper or do this sort of privately, because I am in the public right now. So it feels like I might be talking too loudly and disturbing somebody, but actually, indeed, there is not too many. Indeed, the people are kind of far away from me at this time, so hopefully I'm not disturbing anyone. And if they do hear me, it will be about physics, so not the worst thing in the world, indeed. And so yesterday we talked about the arrow of time. Remember, we talked about the 3 types of arrow of time: psychological time, cosmological time, and thermodynamic time. Thermodynamic is the one where entropy would always be increasing, so whichever way of the direction of time makes your entropy increase, makes the system's entropy increase, that's the forward direction of time. Then there's the psychological time where we remember the past but not the future, so there's that. And then there is the cosmological time where we have expansion of the universe and not contraction. So those are the 3 arrows of times, 3 types of arrow of time that we talked about last night, and we're going to continue from that topic right now and talk about wormholes and time travel, even though we are outside and it is the Boston Common. So after we do that, we will then go over to the Public Garden and show you some more pretty sights. It's 5:38 p.m. here in Boston Eastern Standard Time, so we should have a little bit more daylight time here today. So we will see some more sights. In fact, we might even go over and see some magnolias. In fact, we might do that very soon, actually. So I won't spend too much time, but I do want to spend a little bit of time getting this topic started, okay? So another reason why we are enthused about talking about wormholes and time travel is because it's one of the requested topics on this channel. People who regularly come to my lives where we talk about physics, astronomy, astrophysics, and cosmology have actually often asked about this particular topic, and they have wanted to listen to the explanations of what a wormhole is, and we've talked about how Kip Thorne has a book on this, which I don't have yet on the channel. I will try to get a hold of it and talk more about this topic. Wormholes in general are not considered very practical or possible, and like time travel, not considered very practical or possible, but it is something that people like to sort of think about and maybe understand in a little bit more depth, and they are curious about it, and it also is a big topic in science fiction. How dare this guy pass near me? But anyways, it is a public place. So anyways, so that's why we will talk about wormholes and time travel for a little bit, okay? So the last chapter, so the arrow of time chapter that we discussed, we discussed why we see time go forward, okay? why disorder increases, and why we remember the past but not the future. Time was treated as if it were a straight railway line on which one could only go one way or the other. But what if the railway line had loops and branches so that a tree could keep going forward? Not a tree, a train. Sorry, I saw the word train and I thought of a tree because I am next to a tree. So anyways, they're talking about a train that could keep going forward but come back to a station it had already passed. In other words, might it be possible for someone to travel into the future or the past? So that's really what we're considering right now, is time travel, and maybe we'll see if it's possible with wormholes or not. So that's really the topic right now. H.G. Wells in The Time Machine explored these possibilities, as have countless other writers of science fiction. So this is really sort of the topic where we would heavily intersect with science fiction and writers of science fiction and people who really like science fiction, because this is something that has really captured the imagination of many people. Whether this time travel type of thing is possible or not, there's lots of movies and books and whatnot on it. So hopefully this will be very exciting for many of you. And if you're seeing this as a video upload later on, thank you so much. And welcome to the live, and also please do leave your comments when you see this as a video upload later on. And where is my mods? I am guessing they're still at work, because there is a bunch of very questionable characters here on the chat sometimes, and nobody's helping me. So if you see this later on, one of my mods, just know that I was suffering and missing you. And yeah. Okay, Yet H.G. Wells in The Time Machine explored these possibilities, as have countless other writers of science fiction. Yet many of the ideas of science fiction, like submarines and travel to the moon, have become matters of science fact. So what are the prospects for time travel? The first indication that the laws of physics might really allow people to travel in time came in 1949, when Kurt Gödel discovered a new space-time allowed by general relativity. Gödel was a mathematician who was famous for proving that it is impossible to prove all true statements, even if you limit yourself. Hi Zanru, how are you doing? Zanru Grunwald says hi. Hi, how are you? Even if you limit yourself to trying to prove all the true statements in a subject as apparently cut and dry as arithmetic. I'm not sure what that really means, Sunru, but thank you so much and welcome to the live, and please do listen to our story. Okay. I forgot to clip this. There we go. Here, let me show you the view here. There's the Boston downtown. We're in Boston Common. Here's a tree. Here's my tree. Here's where I'm sitting. There's some people. We are here. In fact, maybe I will do the reading like this for a little bit. Okay. So, like the uncertainty principle, Gödel's incompleteness theorem may be a fundamental limitation on our ability to understand and predict the universe, but so far, at least, it hasn't seemed to be an obstacle in our search for a complete unified theory. Gödel got to know about general relativity when he and Einstein spent their later years at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton. So remember how in the World War II, Einstein was forced to leave the country in Germany, and he fled. And indeed, he ended up in Princeton in the US. So these two got to work together. Ooh, I see some tennis courts right there. I did not realize that there would be tennis courts here. Very interesting. So yeah, that is that's sort of like special relativity, where time is experienced differently with different frames of reference. So that's a little bit different, but related, yes. All right, so Gödel and Einstein working together in the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton. Let's see what that is about. His space-time had the curious property that the whole universe was rotating. One might ask, rotating with respect to what? Right? The answer is that distant matter would be rotating with respect to directions that little tops or gyroscopes point in. This had the side effect that it would be possible for someone to go off in a rocket ship and return to Earth before he set out. So this is a sort of thing maybe that you're asking about, Poyo. So, you know, pay attention and maybe this will clear up some of your questions here. This property really upset Einstein, who had thought that general relativity would not allow time travel. However, given Einstein's record of ill-founded opposition to gravitational collapse and the uncertainty principle, maybe this was an encouraging sign. So, you know, Einstein has not been right about everything. Even Einstein has made some mistakes. For example, he wasn't a very big fan of the uncertainty principle and therefore not a big fan of quantum mechanics, actually. And the other thing is, he was also, him and a bunch of other people, even though it was predicted that black holes were a thing, they were not a big fan of sort of a star collapsing to the point of a black hole, or a point star, or a dark star, or a black hole. Sort of this collapse to the point of a singularity was not something that they were very supportive of, let's just say that. Even though the mathematics was pointing in that direction of a point star, you know, but they were not very supportive of this in reality, the physical reality of that. But it turns out that black holes are real, that they are a thing. So I guess Stephen Hawking is being a bit of bit tongue-in-cheek here when he's saying that sometimes when Einstein says something cannot be possible, maybe that's a pretty good sign that it could be possible. You know, he's being kind of smart here. So the solution Gödel found doesn't correspond to the universe we live in, because we can show that the universe is not rotating. It also had a non-zero value of the cosmological constant that Einstein introduced when he thought the universe was unchanging. So once again, we have talked about the cosmological constant before as well. Einstein actually introduced it when he was doing his general relativity equations, and he wanted to balance out gravitation in the universe and realize that there needs to be some kind of term that is an anti-gravity term and keeps the universe static. Little did he know that this would actually point towards an expanding universe, an expansion of the universe, and the cosmological constant is really a subset of what we now understand to be dark energy, which is responsible for the expansion of the universe. But at that time, in Einstein's time, this was unknown. We didn't really know about the universe too much, or about the other galaxies too much, until of course Hubble gave us many observations and really helped out with that particular, you know, outlook. But, you know, all of that is to say that it is it's not always the case that Einstein was always right about everything. But he did do a bunch of work, and a lot of it is very nice, very true, very insightful, very deep insights are to be had from his contributions, especially special theory of relativity, general theory of relativity, as well as the photoelectric effect, and Brownian motion, actually. All of those are contributions by this very great scientist, but he was not always correct. So, you know, but it's kind of funny, though, that he was not really correct about the cosmological constant, but it did open up this whole new world, or shall we say universe, of other galaxies, and the fact that the universe is expanding. So even though he incorrectly thought that it would balance out anti-gravity, turns out that actually the universe is not balanced, it's not static, and it is in fact expanding. Hi, Austin. Austin says, hey, sorry I've missed some of your past streams, but I'm watching them again now. Oh, very nice, Austin. Yes, I do hope that you go to like every live stream and see all the videos and play them one by one and catch up, because we're kind of continuing in a sort of a series here. But thank you so much for being here. Hello, Zanru. Hello, Poyo. Hello, Adventure Austin. Good to see you. You missed so much yesterday, Austin. Yes, Austin and Poyo, you should make friends with each other. I think you're a similar age, and both very curious boys. And so I think you will enjoy the content and enjoy being friends with each other. So thank you again, and welcome to the live. And thank you so much. And can we please like the live? Could you please like the live? And actually, if somebody could share the live, that would be most amazing as well, because I can't really share it right now because I just have the one device with me. If I try to share it, it's gonna kill the live. So if somebody could share it, that would be most awesome and helpful. I feel like I can't really tell the channel people, my other subscribers right now, that we've gone live, because I don't have my second device. But we'll keep going here. So anyways, the solution that Gödel found doesn't correspond to the universe we live in, because we can show that the universe is not rotating. So this guy maybe thought that the universe is rotating, but it actually is not. So that was the situation with that. There's Boston, guys, and we're at the Boston Common. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the live, and please do like the live. Okay, so it also had a non-zero value of the cosmological constant that Einstein introduced when he thought that the universe was unchanging. So it's good that it had a non-zero value of the cosmological constant, because, I mean, the cosmological constant is a thing. Einstein introduced it when he thought that the universe was unchanging. He put it there as an anti-gravity term to sort of make things static against gravity, so that the universe was not, collapsing against gravity, because he was faced with the question of why, if gravitation is the main sort of attractive force in the universe, why doesn't the universe sort of collapse onto itself? Why is it a thing? Why, what is making it sort of static, if it is static? Because people thought at that time that maybe it is static, but there has got to be something that is pushing things out against gravity. So that anti-gravity term was the cosmological constant that he introduced as merely a mathematical concept or object or term, literally like a constant, like where you put something into your equations and you don't really like it or understand it at a deeper level, but you kind of just have to do it. So it was a need, not a want. And he did it, but turns out at this time we know that there is dark energy, something that makes the universe expand, and the cosmological constant is actually a subset of that, sort of belonging to the overall bigger topic that is dark energy. So an instance of dark energy is the cosmological constant, okay? And depending on, of course, what its value is, which we also talk about in other lives. So Alex, hello. Hi, Alex. Okay, so let's see what he's saying. After Hubble discovered the expansion of the universe, so Hubble, with his observations of the universe, discovered with observation, so by doing experiments and looking out into the universe, that the universe is actually expanding. There was no need for a cosmological constant, and it is now generally believed to be zero. However, other more reasonable spacetimes that are allowed. So this one, I will take this with a grain of salt, because we have actually discussed cosmology and cosmic ingredients and whatnot, and we will come back to exactly what the value of the cosmological constant is or should be as updated later on in time. So hold off on exactly the value of it. However, other more reasonable spacetimes that are allowed by general relativity and which permit travel into the past have since been found. One is in the interior of a rotating black hole. So sort of an example of where some sort of time travel may be possible is this rotating black hole. Okay, so let's see what this is about. Another is a space-time that contains two cosmic strings moving past each other at high speed. As their name suggests, cosmic strings are objects that are like string in that they have length but a tiny cross-section. Actually, they're more like rubber bands because they are under enormous tension, something like a million, so lots of millions, tons. A cosmic string attached to the Earth could accelerate it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1/30th of a second, so 1/30 of a second. Cosmic strings may sound like pure science fiction, but there are reasons to believe that they could have formed in the early universe as a result of symmetry breaking of the kind discussed in chapter 5. So we talked about some symmetry breaking earlier in the book, especially related to the Big Bang and the early universe. And so, depending on what happened then, there could be such things. Because they would be under enormous tension and could start in any configuration, they might accelerate to very high speeds when they straighten out. So, this cosmic string stuff, I'm not a big expert on that, but this is what Stephen Hawking is saying anyways. So we'll keep going. The Gödel solution and the cosmic string space-time start out so distorted that travel into the past was always possible. God might have created such a warped universe, but we have no reason to believe he did. Observations of the microwave background and of the abundances of the light elements indicate that the early universe did not have the kind of curvature required to allow time travel. So this rotating universe thing and what Gödel was suggesting about time travel, it sounds like from our measurements of the cosmic microwave background radiation, which is very uniform for the most part in every direction, and also the light element abundances in the very old stars, kind of indicated that perhaps time travel was not really a thing. It doesn't really allow for a universe to kind of accommodate that. The same conclusion follows on theoretical grounds if the no boundary proposal is correct. So the question is, if the universe starts out without the kind of curvature required for time travel, can we subsequently warp local regions of space-time sufficiently to allow it? So basically, we're saying that the universe at large does not really allow for time travel. But is there a way to warp local regions like such as a black hole, like a rotating black hole or something? Could we warp it to basically accommodate time travel? Or sorry, could we have a scenario where such a warped local region, because a black hole is a big sort of warp of space-time, it warps space-time a lot. So could we have it locally, but not in the entire universe necessarily? My foot is falling asleep, so I have to shift around. Okay, so then, if we therefore send, or a closely related problem that is also of concern to writers of science fiction is rapid interstellar or intergalactic travel. So another sort of motivation of time travel is, of course, interstellar and intergalactic travel. As you may know, it takes incredibly long time to do any kind of space travel. So people were like, well, if time travel is possible, then perhaps it would make it easier to go more rapidly. So according to relativity, nothing can travel faster than light. If we therefore sent a spaceship to our nearest neighboring star, Alpha Centauri, which is about 4 light years away, and so 4 light years away means that it takes light 4 years to go to Alpha Centauri from here, okay? It would take at least 8 years before we could expect the travelers to return and tell us what they had found. So it would take 4 years to go there, 4 years to come back, and that is if you're speeding. That is if you're traveling at the speed of light, which is speeding, because nothing can really travel at the speed of light, not according to what we know so far. So if the expedition were to the center of our galaxy, it would be at least 100,000 years before it came back. So our galaxy is about 100,000 light years across. So roughly speaking, 50,000 light years to get there, 50,000 light years to come back. That type of thing is what Stephen Hawking is talking about. It's going to take a long time. So it's not very doable. It's going to take too long. So the theory of relativity does allow one consolation. This is the so-called twins paradox mentioned in chapter 2. So because even light takes so long to go to places, Light speed is finite, and you know, our galaxy being 100,000 light years across means that it's going to take too long to go, for example, to the other end of the galaxy or to the galactic center. Even going to the nearest star is going to take 4 years if you're traveling at the speed of light. So how to speed things up? Is it even possible? Because there is no unique standard of time, but rather observers each have their own time as measured by clocks that they carry with them, it is possible for the journey to seem to be much shorter for the space travelers than for those who remain on Earth. But there would not be much joy in returning from a space voyage a few years older to find that everyone you had left behind was dead and gone thousands of years ago. So this is sort of what we saw in that movie Interstellar, where the guy was younger than his daughter, remember? So it is kind of a sad life, to be honest. If you were to be able to do that, it could be pretty sad. So in order to have any human interest in their stories, science fiction writers had to suppose that we would one day discover how to travel faster than light. What most of these authors don't seem to have realized is that if you can travel faster than light, the theory of relativity implies you can also travel back in time, as the following limerick says. There was a young lady of white who traveled much faster than light. She departed one day in a relative way and arrived on the previous night. So this this sort of thing is unfortunately going to be it's a cute building. There's a Prudential Center, and there's that tall building again. So this sort of thing is unfortunately also going to be an issue. The point is that the theory of relativity says that there is no unique measure of time that all observers will agree on. So this is because time is not absolute, time is relative. Rather, each observer has his or her own measure of time. If it is possible for a rocket traveling below the speed of light to get from event A, say the final of the 100-meter, oh whoops, something fell out of the book here. I think it's my library slip. 1 second. Okay. The point is that the theory of relativity says that there is no unique measure of time that all observers will agree on, because time is relative. Rather, each observer has his or her own measure of time. If it is possible for a rocket traveling below the speed of light to get from event A, say the final of the 100-meter race of the Olympic Games in 2012, to event B, say the opening of the 100,004th meeting of the Congress of Alpha Centauri, then all observers will agree that event A happened before event B according to their times. Suppose, however, that the spaceship would have to travel faster than light to carry the news of the race to the Congress. Then observers moving at different speeds can disagree about whether event A occurred before B or vice versa. According to the time of an observer who is at rest with respect to the Earth, it may be that the Congress opened after the race. Thus, this observer would think that a spaceship could get from A to B in time if only it could ignore the speed of light speed limit. However, to an observer at Alpha Centauri moving away from the Earth at nearly the speed of light, it would appear that event B, the opening of the Congress, would occur before event A, the 100-meter race. The theory of relativity says that the laws of physics appear the same to observers moving at different speeds. This had been well tested by experiment and is likely to remain a feature even if we find a more advanced theory to replace relativity. Thus, the moving observer would say that if faster than light travel is possible, it should be possible to get from event B, the opening of the Congress, to event A, the 100-meter race. If one went slightly faster, one could even get back before the race and place a bet on it in the sure knowledge that one would win. So there you go. There's some issues when you travel faster than the speed of light. Not trivial, okay? So it's all right. did a little bit of reading. We're gonna now get up and do some walking. And I'll show you Boston Public Garden, okay? Hang tight. We'll do a little walking. I have some, let me get some. Here, there's my little toiletries bag that I'm carrying apparently. Because I take this to this is the same bag as the gym. Putting some lip balm on. Look at this little cute mirror I have. All right, we'll take a little stroll to Boston Public Garden now, okay? Hi. Looks like a nice day. Yes. Hello, Ben. Yes. How are you, Ben? Really nice day. Boston Public Garden is our next stop. So it's gonna be nice because Boston Public Garden has a lot of really beautiful sights, and we might even catch some magnolias while the spring is a thing. Okay, so let's go check out some more things today, and hopefully you enjoyed the beginning of the wormholes and time travel chapter from the book Brief History of Time. Now let's keep going. Okay. All right. Let me check that I got everything. I didn't lose anything. Okay. Slightly breezy, slightly windy, little bit of a breeze. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, I got everything. Is the audio alright? And when I get to the public gardens, I'll turn the camera so that you can see all the nice things, okay? I just have to make sure I'm not... Austin! Thank you! Adventures of Austin says, yes, I can hear you. Ben Kern says, audio is good. Thank you! Here is a nice little tree. This is one of my walk and talk lives. By the way, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Appreciate any comments, chat messages, things like that. Happy to address anything with you guys. Ooh, look. I think we're gonna go this way.
Wait, did I send you what she sent me earlier?
Where is that statue that tells me which way I'm going? I think it's this way. Isn't it? I think so. I see a pond. Maybe I have to keep going before I see that statue. Sometimes I get lost in the Boston Common. It's not as big as Central Park in New York. Oh, people are playing with their dogs. It's really nice. Look at that blue sky. Okay. Wow, look at that. It's my walk and talk live, guys. Walk and talk live. Here's Boston. Sounds windy. Oh, is it windy? Can you hear the wind? Is that what you're saying? Is it like flapping? Is there like a flapping sound because of the wind? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is it. This is it. Where is that guy's statue? I could have sworn that there was an important statue here. Look, here's the Boston Common Public Garden Garage. I could have sworn yes, I can hear the wind. Thank you, Austin. Oh, can you please like the live? Did you like the live? All right, well, I'm gonna cross over so that I can go into the garden. And then I'll take a seat and talk to you guys more. To wait here.
Really the sun.
All right, so we're leaving the common and going into the public gardens now. Take one look at these railings and Boston there. Cross.
I'm gonna walk today.
Can't even see because of the sun being so bright. I can't see like the light and whatnot, or the light, the crossing light. Adventures of Austin says, but it sounds fine now, and I did like the live. Thank you. Sounds fine now, and I did like the live. Okay. Thank you so much. There's so many people around here. Oh wow, there's a little doggy. And by little, I mean a big doggy, and I love big doggies. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it was a husky. Okay, well, there's a lot of dogs here. A lot of dogs. People come here to do the, look at this. It's so pretty. People come here to do their walkings and their dog walkings, you know what I mean? I'll rotate in just a bit so you can see my sights here. See? Isn't this so cool? I love Boston Common and the public garden. I didn't realize that this was sort of like separate. I mean, it's not really. Over there is Boston Common, and this is basically the public garden. All right, let me go over here and show you guys this pond. See? Tree. There's some geese. Here's some pond. A lot of people. Look at the geese. Look at the geese. There's Boston. It's pretty peaceful, right? I mean, it would be more peaceful if there were less people, but, you know, what are you gonna do? It's a nice day in Boston. It's a nice day. It's a nice day in Boston. Ooh, what about this deck thing? Let's go here. There's a little deck thing. Oh my gosh, I think people paddle here. Oh my god. Look at this. I think people paddle here. I hope I don't fall. Look at that. I think people go like boat paddling here. People go paddling here. There's someone doing a little photo shoot right there. So I'm not gonna disrupt them. Look at this. Welcome to Boston. Guys, maybe I'll stand here for a second. Any questions, guys, for this day trip and field trip class? Today's class is a field trip. Today's physics class is a field trip to Boston, Boston Common, and Boston Public Garden. Hope you like it. Austin and Ben and Puyo and whoever else that joins. Oh my gosh. We'll go over to this bridge. Oh, I love a bridge. Excuse me. I love a bridge. A little bridge over some water. Oh my gosh, I love it. A little bridge over some wawa. Oh my god, there's so many people here. Oh my god.
Most of you can cover and go first.
Small dot might be the duck.
I have a shirt from when I was a baby and it's a Boston t-shirt and it says Wicked Smart. Aww. Here is more pond-like things. I don't want to fall into the water by not paying attention. Pretty cute, huh? Pretty cute. That was that bridge. Let me show you the bridge now again. I'm like afraid that if I don't pay attention, I'll fall into the water. So I came over here. But that was the bridge. See? Cute, huh? Okay, let me go down. I am terrified of this many people and falling into the water both. Like, I thought I'm just gonna do a random Wednesday live in Boston. Oh gosh, in Boston Common, Boston Public Garden. But God, there's so many people here. Is this India? I left for a reason. See, I like nature. I like. Oh, yeah. Okay. I like nature, and I like trees, and I like animals, and smart. Make it smart, like a Boston accent. I like trees. See, I like the tree. I like nature. Ooh, and I would have gone to hike some like more naturey place, but the thing is that there's some killer on the loose, so that's why I've come here instead. Did you guys see the killer news? Hi Mike D. Did you guys see the killer news? I just want a tree now. So because of the killer, I am not going to the hikes by myself right now. So I have to wait on other people to agree to also hike, which is really quite sad for me, quite sad, because I like doing things alone. Because it gives me more independence and flexibility on the plan. But Jesus Christ, there's a killer, and that's why I'm here at Boston Common, where all of the commoners have gathered. People are running. Hello. Welcome to the live. Can you please like the live, Mike D? Did you like the live? I love your Dollar Tree glasses. Thank you for the super chat, Mike D. Thank you. Here's your tree. Here's the tree that's $1. Probably a lot more than $1 to be honest. I'm just posing with this tree because I feel safe here. There's the pond. There's the river pond situation with ducks and whatnot, and there's a lot of people here, a lot. And so, being next to the tree is keeping me safe. If you know what I mean. Which you probably don't. But anyways, thank you for the super chat. Anyone else want to do a super chat just like Mike D? Ooh, look at these duck things. And goose being in the water kings. Look at that. Wow. Isn't this quite nice? Quite pretty. I care about you a lot, OMG. Oh, hi. Hello, Mike D. Okay. Let's see. Shall we keep walking a bit? Ooh, shall we go to the magnolia things? Shall we go to Back Bay and look at the magnolias? I'm just hiding over here. Geese, yes. There's a lot of geese. Those are around here all the time. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Some duck, some geese. I'll show the bridge. There's the bridge. There's the water. There's me. By the tree. I think this tree right here, I like it. It feels sturdy. It feels rock solid in my life right now. I can count on the tree, I think. You should start your lives earlier so that people in school that have to go to bed earlier like me can watch them. That is why I've missed a couple of the streams. Okay, thank you for that feedback. Adventures of Austin. A baby pigeon. Okay. Well, thank you. Oh, speaking of pigeon, here's the pigeon. I'm dedicating this pigeon to you, Mike D. Thank you. Can you do another super chat? Can the super chat be more like $200? Then I'll show you another pigeon.
Health policy.
Ooh, I found some really pretty flowers. Yeah, 1 second. Let me show you. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? Pretty flowers.
But I want to stand this time. I want to stand.
Okay, where is Back Bay, guys? Oh, there's that statue. Oh my god, I found the statue that I was looking for that I totally lost it. I think that's probably Veer or someone, and that statue was going to be a landmark for me. But anyways, I found it now. Okay, let me show you the pond again. Oh, ooh, look at this tree. It's got a name. River Birch, Betula nigra, Suzanne and Frederick Weinstein gave this tree. That looks like one of those Japanese trees. I see. Here's a duck, goose. Well, a duck and a duck. Maybe a goose too. Oh, look at that little island. That's where I want to be. I've been begging my mom if I can super chat, but she said not now. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you. Here's the water. Here's the water. Okay, let's go to the magnolia trees before it gets dark, and then we can see some magnolia flowers, and we can chit-chat more, and we can sort of settle down under some tree and whatnot again. Okay? Under some tree and whatnot, like hang out a bit more, but we want to see some magnolias today as well. So there's that statue. I saw a thing that Polaris exploded and is gonna send a little wave of cool colors or whatever. Is that true? Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. Polaris exploded? Really? I missed that news. I have to check. Polaris exploded, really? Oh, can you guys please like the live? Can we get 10 likes? Could you please like the live? Can we get 10 likes? Come on. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, this is when I'm going over to Back Bay. I think. If I know my directions. Ooh, here it is. Here it is. See? See? Here's a goose. Here's a goose, guys. You don't know if it's true or not? Okay. Oh my god, the geese are coming towards me. Oh, goose just, a goose just launched into the water. There's a ton of goose. Oh my god, there's a whole family of geese. There's a ton of geese right here. A ton of geese. It's mommy, daddy, uncle, everybody right there. Here's the water. Here's the geese. Here's that. That bridge. That bridge. Alright. I really want to show you the magnolias. And so that's why we're taking this walk over there. Can you like the live? Can we get 10 likes? I can also like from my other channel. Thank you. Gumshada, Gumshada. There's a song called Gumshada. I would like a picture with you. Raikudo says, I've seen a lot more. They gather at the village park during the summer, roughly 30 of them. Really? Wow. 30 geese. Wow. Hello Mike D, hello Raikudo, hello Austin, hello Poyo, hello everybody. La 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 la. Okay. Okay. I think Kobe. Gumshida. I think I've come to the wrong spot, guys. This is not the magnolia spot. Or is it? Gumshida. Gumshida.
Oh, wow. Is that what he said? Yeah.
They go this way. They make a real mess. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Making a real mess, huh? You know what? After the magnolias, we'll come back here and we'll chill under one of these trees on the sort of nicer grass, I must say. So there's the garden. Ooh, there's actually a very pretty tree here. Let's look at that.
Yeah, they do. Pretty tree.
Look at this so very pretty tree. Isn't that so cool? A pretty tree, huh? We'll go under it. There's the pretty tree. We're under it. We're under a tree. We're under a tree. We're under a tree. We'll go here and do this. We're under a tree. We're under a tree. We're under a tree. Whoa. Whoa. Look at that. Look at this tree.
Good job.
That's what I thought. I would have heard if Polaris exploded. And if it did explode, I mean, yeah, if it did a supernova, like that would be big news, man. I don't know if Polaris is due for a supernova. It's Betelgeuse that's due for a supernova, not Polaris, as far as I know. Look at this. Look at the flowers. It's spring, guys. It's spring. La, 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 la. Come sugar. Come sugar. Do you guys get spinny head? Exactly, Betelgeuse is preparing for it. But dude, Betelgeuse has been preparing for so long. Betelgeuse needs to just explode and give us a show, you know? Betelgeuse has been in red giant mode for so long. So like, I don't understand. Like Betelgeuse, what the deal is. It's still not exploded, you know? It's still a thing. Well, I mean, probably it might have exploded and the light hasn't reached us, you know? More like it. That's more like it. Probably. I just want to walk under this tree constantly. Can you guys ask more questions and I'll walk under this tree constantly? Betelgeuse may have exploded, guys, but it's so far away the light is still reaching us. But also maybe, you know what I mean? In the past, it needs to have exploded already. Like gosh, Betelgeuse, we need a supernova. We have to prep the memes first. It's showtime, boom. Exactly. Betelgeuse needs to freaking explode. I thought it would explode when I was in grad school and that could be my thesis. But guess what? It didn't. You know what I mean? Here's the tree, guys. I just love this tree so much with its flowers. I know, Austin. Between 1,000 and 100,000 years. Mm-hmm. 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 Here's my tree. Mm-hmm. You know, they say dancing around the trees. This is me. Dancing around the trees. Romancing a tree. Tree, I love you. I love this tree. Okay, we'll come back to this tree. Okay. All right. There are like husbands here taking photos of their wives. Good for them. The wives are all like posing here because of all the pretty flowers and trees and whatnot. And the husbands are constantly clicking pictures. Oh my god, everywhere there's a husband-wife duo with their photo shoots that are happening. Like everybody's here for a photo shoot, guys. Everybody. I'm doing a live, but like everybody's here for a photo shoot. Every husband taking 10 million photos of their wives here. Okay. That's where you go for the flowers and the plants and the trees. I was feeling a little shy earlier. I think I'm fine now. from a distance. Look at that. Look at that tree from a distance. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Love it. Just love it. Nothing. Nothing. Can someone do a super chat? I want to buy a coffee. I want to eat something, and $2 is not gonna afford it. You know what I mean? We're in Boston. Oh, it's Beacon Road. Where are the magnolias? They just can't live in the moment. Have to take a picture to remember later. Here is my proof of existence. A picture I took, but I'm not in. Yes, of course, I'll give you a whole list of books. Once I go, so, you know, Austin, you should just keep following all the live streams and see what books we covered. We've covered a number of books, so if you go through the live streams, you will come across a lot more books. But there is Einstein's Cosmos by Michio Kaku that we've covered. There is Modern Cosmology by Scott Dodelson that we've covered. There is Introduction to Modern Astrophysics, or it's something like Foundations of Astrophysics, that we cover from a lot by Barbara Ryden and Bradley M. Peterson. There is, what else? We're also covering The Elegant Universe by Brian Greene. Green with an E at the end. I see some magnolias, but I think that, and this is not the direction. God help me, I don't know where I am, to be honest. You know what? I think I'm gonna go back inside the public garden. I do not know where I am. Oh God, you know, navigation is really not my forte. I just want to cry now because I just want to really get to the magnolias, like the strip of magnolias. Like there's a road with a lot of magnolia trees. In Back Bay, and I know it, like this park basically spits you out there, but you have to leave from the right spot. Look at this, Boston Public Garden, founded 1837. This is the first public garden of this country, guys. This is right here where we freedom fought off the British, and this is the first public garden of this country as far as I know, but please do double check my facts. But yeah, so this place is full of history. It is full of the Western civilization type of things that started here in the US. Oh, I think I see it. So Boston has a lot of significance historically, and this garden and this Boston Common and this whole area is just marked by a lot of history. We're standing in the first public garden of the country. I found some more flowers here, and also the Revolutionary War, the freedom fight, the Freedom War, Revolution War against the Brits happened around here. Can you name those slowly again, because I was trying to look them up, but you went too fast. Okay, here's some flowers and I'll name them again. I just really love, very true, that's why I said Western, modern Western, whatnot. Mexico's time. Look where I am, I'm in Boston Public Garden. Thank you so much for joining. So that's very true. The Native Americans should also get a mention. Of course, there are parts of the country still that are still considered the Native Americans nation, and it takes special permission to enter those parts. For example, The Antelope Canyon is an example of that in Arizona. So that's why I mentioned civilization, as in the Western civilization coming here and doing things. Of course, we should acknowledge the Native Americans and their work and their life here, which precedes all of this, and we must appreciate them very, very much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, friend. Here's my jewelry. I know, I'm gonna tell you the books again, my darling. Just hold up. So, but yeah, where are you today? This is Boston Public Garden, my dear. Look at you, fashionista. Thank you. Typical city sounds. True. So, if you want more history and more connection with the Native American nation, then I highly recommend Antelope Canyon in Arizona, in parts of Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and such, to be honest. But yeah, Boston is marked with history as far as the more recent history, such as the American history of the, you know, the people from Europe coming over and settling here by force and fighting off the British history. That history, that is where we're standing right now in the Boston Public Garden, which is, I believe, the first public garden of this country. I'm still at work in my office. Have fun. Can we do a super chat? Can we get a super chat so I can buy a coffee? Somebody have $2, which is really nice of them. Thank you so much, Mike D. What are some of those books you said again? Yes, Austin, darling, I'm gonna say the books again. Just hang in there, okay? Okay, whenever you're ready, Austin, tell me so that I can more slowly say the books. Are you ready, Austin? Oh, it's Mike D again. Oh my gosh, Mike D, thank you. Mike D, wow, thank you so much. Really appreciate you and your super chats today. It's Mike D saying, oh, you said I love you. Oh, well, thank you so much. $2, thank you so much for the $2, Mike D. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, Austin saying, okay, I'm ready. Okay. The first one that we covered in quite a bit of detail, my darling, is Einstein's Cosmos by Michio Kaku. Okay, Einstein's Cosmos. You know how to spell Einstein, right? Einstein's Cosmos. And this is, the author was Michio Kaku, M-I-C-H-I-O space Kaku, K-A-K-U. Mexi Ghost! Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Mexi Ghost. Thank you for the super chat. Oh my goodness, my friends. Thank you. Look at these flowers. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chats. Wow. Got the first one, okay. Austin says, okay, got it, got the first one. Okay, go get that coffee. I know, it's $9 now. Get a coffee. I'm not in the position to help. I had to sign up with that temp agency though, because well, that's okay, right, Kudo? We are so happy that you're here. I'm not in the position to help out. I did sign up with the temp agency though, because I look bad on paper. Oh no! Right, Kudo? Here you look very good on paper. And our sincerest best wishes for your new job, okay? Don't you worry about a thing. Here you go. Here's some flowers for you guys. I love these flowers so much. Flowers are free, guys, but coffee is not. I think with the $9 that you've bestowed upon me, I might just go buy some, like, a jar of coffee at home, you know, and that way I will have coffee for longer than just getting Starbucks. But I do want some water. I'm getting thirsty. Maybe I'll buy water. But even that sounds like a waste, because I'd rather use the $9 to, I don't know, pay my rent. Okay, so can you please like the live too? Let's cross the street. Let's cross the street and just see what it's like, and then we'll come back to the Boston Public Garden. I should have just sent you through PayPal better. Oh, thank you. Well, the super chats help too, because I think like it's like an engagement metric on YouTube. So the PayPal helps, as well as the super chat also helps, because it tells YouTube that people are engaging and things like that. So thank you so much, my friend. Are we going? Don't hit me, guys. Okay, I'm going. Hi, here's a bus. Okay, we're in a bit of a neighborhood area. I don't know if this is where the flowers were. Here, let me go over here and show you this tree that I've been trying to. Just crossing the road, you know. I'm jaywalking. I think that was also invented in Boston. First in jaywalking, first public garden. Okay, Austin, are you ready for the next book? 1 second. Let me fix my hair. Are you ready for the next book, Austin? All right, the next book is... Oh, did you guys see my full outfit? Here, let me show you. Feet, jeans on, a top on, necklace, and earrings. Okay. I bought these earrings myself from the Caribbean islands, where I have friends who sell jewelry, and I got a discount a number of years ago. Anyways, next book, Austin, is Foundations of Astrophysics. Foundations of Astrophysics by Barbara Ryden and Bradley M. Peterson. This is the book that we have been covering from a lot. In fact, all of the topics on like star stuff and, you know, like supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, a lot of the foundations of astrophysics that we've been covering are from this book, Foundations of Astrophysics by Barbara Ryden, Bradley M. Peterson. I already saved that one from one of your other live streams. Very good job, my dear. Next book, are you ready? Oh, by the way, here's some houses. Here's some houses and some cars. Oh, and here's some flowers. Next book, Modern Cosmology, Modern Space Cosmology by Scott, S-C-O-T-T, Dodelson, D-O-D-E-L-S-O-N. Modern Cosmology by Scott Dodelson. Got it? Now this book is kind of heavy. It's kind of a reference book more than it is a textbook. It's kind of like a lot. It's very dense, but it does go through some important things. Thank you. These are my heart earrings from the Caribbeans. The Modern Cosmology book is $100. Yes, my darling. These books are expensive. These are textbooks or reference books that are used in school and grad school, in undergrad as well as graduate school. So the authors are poor academics and they need the money. More like Amazon needs the money. It's probably $100, where $40 of that goes to Amazon directly. Actually more, probably more like $60 goes to Amazon. My favorite book is Ready Player One. Ooh. All right, so that's one book. By the way, if you don't feel like buying the Modern Cosmology by Scott Dodelson book, because it's really quite a dense book, more of a reference book. It's like one of those books that is okay to have if you're gonna be lifelong like pursuing these topics like I do. But also, if you're just interested in the topics more lightly, then if you just come to my live streams, I kind of cover these topics at a level that, you know, you don't really need the book. So I'm giving you the list of the books because you asked, but I'm not saying that you have to go running and buy them right now, okay? Off to the lab, dearie. See you later. See you later. See you, Mexico's Hunter. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for liking the live. Did you like the live? Thank you for liking. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your kindness. Okay, next book. Are you ready? Adventures of Austin. Are you ready? Next book. Okay, it's a woman. Good. Next book is The Elegant Universe by Brian Greene. The Elegant Universe by Brian, B-R-I-A-N, Brian Greene, G-R-E-E-N-E. This is also a book that we're covering at this time. Sort of interlinked with A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. So right now, we're on the book called A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. But this other book that I just mentioned, Elegant Universe, by Brian Greene, is also a book that we're covering and referencing. Hello, Google rewrites history. Surely you're joking. Feynman by Professor Feynman. I mean, yeah, you can get the Feynman lectures. What's new with that? And what are you trying to imply with the surely you're joking? Have a great rest of your day, says Mexi Goes. Thank you. Thank you, Mexi. So, hello, Kimoni. Hi. Hello, beautiful, says Kimoni. Thank you, I got them. Okay, good. So, let's see. Have a great rest of your day. Yes, surely you're joking. So by the way, I guess, are you recommending the Feynman lectures or the book by Feynman or any of these books? Whatever book you're recommending, go ahead and recommend it. Google rewrites history. We haven't covered Feynman lectures or books by Feynman yet on the channel, but good recommendation. Kimoni says hello, beautiful. Raikudo says sounds about right. Puts on the no ma'am shirt. It's the best book and for anyone of any level. Thank you, Google. Ariel says hi. Hello. Hi, Ariel. How are you, my dear? We will keep walking this way now. See this tree with the flowers? Hi, Ariel. How are you? I'm still not sure whether I really covered the street that I wanted to cover. I don't deal with Amazon, especially since they always get my orders wrong. Oh, you were talking about Amazon because I mentioned about the authors not getting the full money? Yeah. Where's the duck tour? Look at that. That's the duck tour bus. Do you guys know about Boston's duck tours? This is a type of bus type thing that both goes on the road as well as the water. Here's a little, oh, sorry. Here's a little street thing. Look at the Boston street. It's so tiny, right? I love it. I love these little baby streets that are so tiny and narrow. And I was like blocking that car. And then I moved and they were like, oh thanks. I'm busy, you know, I'm busy. Google Rewrite says Goodwill Hunting. Okay. Ariel says, what do you mean? My cats, my children who happen to be feline are called Fuji, Suji, Baji. Thank you to the universe. Thank you to God for the greatest gifts of God that are Fuji, Suji, and Baji. Thank you. Evil eye remove. Huh. Okay. Oh my God. This is the street. Oh my God. I am so, oh my God. This is the street. I'm finally on the right street, guys, that I promised. And unfortunately did not realize that I was not on until this very moment. Here is some magnolia for you again. This is the street that I was trying to be on, guys, but I completely missed it / did not get to the street until just now. There's people doing their photo shoot and kissing and whatnot over here. This is an important street with magnolias that I had on my itinerary that I wanted to cover with you guys, but I was lost, so here we are now. Here's some flowers. Mine is called Tinky. Oh, she's napping face down in her food bowl because I got her new food. Oh, hi Lucas. Nathan! Nathan Mullins, you've been missing every live, probably because of my fault, but welcome. Here's some magnolias. There's going to be a lot of magnolias happening here, guys. A lot of magnolias. Constantly. I love it. You're outside today. Yes. Look at this. We're in Back Bay, guys. Back Bay. This is where the rich people live. This is where all the fancy shanties live. We're in Back Bay, guys. These flowers. Look at these trees and flowers. Tinky is waiting for warmer weather. We just got back from an e-scooter ride to the library. Look at these flowers. Do you see the flowers, Nathan? Hi Nathan, hi Raikudo, hi Lucas, hi everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the live. Can you do a super chat? Can anyone do a super chat? It might just afford me dinner. Here is flowers. Look at this. Look at this. There's just flower after flower here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my God. Look at this bush. What a wonderful bush. Just a wonderful. Just a wonderful. A wonderful bush is near me. George W. Bush right here. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Look at, oh my God, I can't with the flowers. The flowers are so pretty. I have to see them with my bare eyes. Flowers are so pretty. Just so pretty, you know? The flowers are so pretty. The flowers are so pretty. Here's the tulips. Here's the tulips, guys. Here's the tulips. Do you see this? Do you see the tulips? Wow. Just wow. Happy spring. Happy spring, my friends. Can you like the live, Nathan, Austin, Raikudo? Can you like the live? Why don't we have 10 likes? Can you like it? Please. Have you ever seen this seed blizzard in summer? Seed blizzard? I don't know what that means. There's some rich people passing here. Rich people who live here. Do you see this plant? Do you see this flower? Do you see the flowers and the branches and the tulips? Oh, so Austin, are you ready for more book recommendations or are you done? Were you done? I just really wanted to be by the tulips for a while. My phone is about to die. Not really, because my phone has still some charge.
Yeah.
But not a lot. If you look up in a position where the sun is barely blocked, you will see billions of seeds floating in the... Oh! Look at this, guys. Look at this. Smells very good too. Smells really nice. Smells really nice. This is Baji, guys. So nice looking place, right? Oh my god, there's more tulips. Pink tulips. Oh my gosh. Pink tulips. Oh my gosh. Pink tulips. Look at this. Oh, this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, this is absolutely incredible. Look at the tulips. Oh, look at the magnolias. Oh, it's just amazing. There's some people passing thinking that I'm a little, you know? To do the do, you know? To do the do. I'm sorry that I'm too much. My future residence right here. This is so cute. Look at this cute door. How cute.